Well, this is an unusual start. Wow. Dave's dead and in the desk. Beautiful. I don't know where he's gone, but I'm sure he'll be back. And if not, this will be the most boring podcast you've ever seen. Do 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 do. Let's look out the window. Bum, bum, bum. Do 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 do. Oh, he's gone. Well, this has gone from bad to worse. Do 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 do. Oh, I saw you teleporting in.
This isn't the right setup, is it?
This is the right set. Look,
I
every
always do
single.
this.
Yep. Every time. Well, that was quite disturbing. You were embedded in the desk.
Nice. I like it.
So, yeah, it was a pretty good start. We're good at these intros.
Are we on
everybody.
already?
Yeah, we're on already. Yeah, as usual.
Got me already, have we?
I couldn't miss. It was gold. You just lying there weirdly. I like the fact that the silent glare still works in VR. Brilliant.
It does. Yeah. Right.
Well, this is how exciting this podcast gets now. It's been really horrible. Weather's been pretty terrible.
Really?
It's been so.
No.
Look,
stop it.
No. It's been so cold that I voluntarily went and emptied the dishwasher as soon as it finished, because the plates were warm to touch. That's how terribly rubbish the weather's been.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I thought you were just gonna talk about the weather then.
No.
Innately.
No.
Good.
So we're here again, Dave. We come ultra prepared as usual.
Well, we've come with more enthusiasm than last week. Are you ready?
Well, that's true. I'm ready. Yep.
I'm ready.
Yep.
Are you ready? You better be.
Are you? Neil, are you ready? We're going to randomly shout out people's names every week just to see if they watch. Because we know Ben didn't watch, that I called out last week, because he's not contacted us. Ben, you're a disgrace. I stand by that statement. The finger thing's got to get old at some point, Dave.
No.
It's
my character.
Maybe it's that way up. Anywho, anything good happened this week?
Not yet. Tomorrow it will.
Elden Ring Day.
Oh.
I have to say I'm quite excited.
Yeah.
Since
I'm on board.
Since the internet caught fire as soon as reviews were allowed to be released.
Yeah. Game of the year apparently already in February.
Game of Forever. I think I saw in one review like possible overhype, maybe, but looks good. I didn't realize just how Dark Souls it looked with on a horse. But
with on a horse.
With on a horse, yeah. I speak good English.
Yeah, I mean it does, yeah, because they don't make good graphics from some, not like current.
That's not true. They look good.
They look good, but they're not like pushing the boat, pushing the envelope, whatever phrase it is.
Oh well.
But anyway, I'm gonna be in my own little nirvana tomorrow.
Ooh. Lovely.
I cannot wait, and if the servers are down, hopefully it'll still let me play offline, and I can bypass it that way.
Are you going to cry?
If I can't play it offline, yes.
Excellent. Good. I look forward to hearing you cry.
Well, you'll get rage texts if that's what's happening. You won't get crying texts. You get utter capital letters, like everything.
You make it sound like that. I don't normally get that from you.
Well, maybe
That's the
this
usual.
time, maybe you'll get some voice notes then.
Fair
Change it
enough.
up a bit. Just me screaming at the phone. Exactly.
Cool. So, anything in the world of VR this week, then, Dave?
Ow.
I watched a lovely video from well, the people that make this. Well, Mr. Zuckerberg himself.
He doesn't make it.
I know he doesn't make it himself. There's like he has difficulty just speaking like a normal human being, as opposed to the android that he clearly is.
Yeah, 100%.
I think I pointed out to you the video. He did a talk, for those that don't know, talking about AI in the metaverse and them not wanting to build lots of foundational tech and all that jazz.
Jazz hands.
But every time he spoke, he said a sentence and then paused, but his lips did this.
Like
It basically looked like it basically looked like a computer resetting the lips so that he could speak the next sentence.
Yeah.
It was very bizarre, and if you go and watch that video, now you've seen it, you'll notice that he goes blah, 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 with his lips. It's a little bit weird,
but funny. But it does still point towards the fact that he's clearly an android.
Clearly,
and he is going to take over the world. It's going to be like Terminator, only weirder because it's him.
Terminator, but we'll all just be in VR. So it'll be dead easy for the robots just to walk up and murder everybody because nobody's looking at the real world anymore.
In the back of the neck.
Sounds good. I'm all for it. Finish it quickly because everything else in the world is going. It's like a fire. Everything's on fire at the moment.
Never has that GIF been more appropriate, where it's that dog sitting in a house on fire.
Just sitting there.
Fine.
Everything is fine. That's true. Yeah. So I don't know, some of the tech that he actually demonstrated, like the AI creating stuff that you just said, like in the world builder stuff, actually looked kind of cool. But how varied that would actually be in real life, because I know we haven't got to play with Horizon, whatever it's called.
Worlds.
That's the fella. I know we haven't got to play with that yet.
Worlds.
Oh, right. Worlds.
Yeah.
But like I'm not particularly interested in building squares and all that jazz. I don't want to do that. I just want to use it.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah, I don't want to pass around in it, and unless you can make roller coasters.
I don't want. Not right. So I've done the VR roller coaster thing, and it doesn't work out well. It makes you like I don't like them in real life. They're even worse in VR because you just go.
So if you're doing it, do you have to have a bucket on your desk in front of you?
Pretty much, yeah.
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 Fill that bad boy up.
It'd be quite good actually if you got like virtual sick on the desk.
It detected the expelling from you.
Yeah, there was a smell sensor on there that go, oh no.
Whoa. Wow.
So yeah.
Wow.
So there was that. Oh, I know. You pointed this out. We did get a comment.
Question time.
We did, didn't we?
Need a spotlight on you. Dun, 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 dun. What looked like it went up to the ceiling. So I'm hoping that I pronounced this right. So I'm going to read out the name and the question.
Drum roll.
You see, you get a drum roll in everyone. I've noticed.
Yep. I think last one and this one.
Yeah,
it's a new thing.
Right. Okay. So Mark Whiffen asks.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. Thank you for the question. We do really appreciate it. What advice would you give to someone who would love a decent VR set, but really doesn't...
Three reallys was that?
Yeah, I'm not making this up. Word for word. Doesn't want to have to reopen a Facebook account to use one. I gather that the Oculus Quest 2 is really good, but a Facebook account is really something I cannot countenance.
Okay, that seems reasonable. I too didn't really I had not shut down my Facebook account, but don't really use it.
Drink, not poking you.
I decided that this is Dave's. I'm having a tea.
No, just water.
Yeah, I've been thinking about just shutting down my Facebook account for quite some period of time since I don't actually use it. But yeah, ultimately I chose that. Well, he's already got all of my information, and there's sod all I can do about it. So I may as well use the thing I wanted to use. But I absolutely get why people wouldn't want a Facebook account for this.
Yeah, just for this.
My keyboard just magically appearing over there. Having said that, the downside to having morals that you won't having that line you won't step over is that you firstly need to buy a headset that is going to be at least twice as expensive, if not 4 times as expensive.
Yes.
You also need to buy a PC which is capable of running it, which is considerably more expensive,
especially at the moment. Graphics cards.
Yes, graphics cards are almost impossible to get hold of, or at any sort of decent cost. You don't have the choice for standalone VR, as far as I'm aware. I might be wrong. I don't investigate VR headsets all the time. Once I've spent some money, I tend to deliberately look away from the news in case something else comes along. But so Oculus Quest is out. In fact, any Oculus headset is out because you need a Facebook account for all of them, or a Meta account, as I'm sure they'll become known at some point.
Yes.
Which leaves you in the PC VR space. Which the ones I know, well, the only one that really that I've had or got experience with is the Valve Index. So Valve's headset, which is I think still the best part of £1,000. UK prices, obviously.
Do you need a Steam account for that?
You do need a Steam account, I think, because you have to order it on the Steam store. Plus it's Steam VR. So yeah. That one. That's a great headset. Really good. It's got I can't remember what they call the controllers now. The Index controllers, whether they've got a specific name. They used to be called the Knuckles early on, the prototype versions, because they attach to your hands like with a strap, so you can actually let go of things. So you'll actually let go in real life of the controllers. But that's really good. Highly recommend that if you want to get into PC VR. Things have gotten better resolution wise, I believe. So one that I've seen quite a lot about is the HP Reverb G2, which is supposed to be a very good headset and compatible with Windows mixed reality stuff as well.
Yeah.
That's, I think, round about £500, although I have seen it cheaper on the likes of Amazon.
But you still need a PC.
Also, other stores are available, even though Jeff Bezos is trying to stop that from happening. We're just going to upset all the billionaires on this podcast.
Bill Gates coming for you.
But I don't have any actual experience with that headset myself. But it is supposed to be quite good. But then there are others, but they start to get off into the realms of stupid money.
Like the Microsoft one is horrendous.
Well, the HoloLens, which, it's not a VR headset, it's an AR headset.
Well,
so it projects things into the real world as opposed to what we're doing here.
Yeah, just a bunch of tunes.
So you either spend probably the best part of £1,000 to £2,000 on a gaming PC that's capable of running it, and probably £500 to £1,000 on a PC headset, or you suck up and open a Facebook account and you get a Quest 2.
And sell your soul to Zucker.
And that's basically it.
That's what we did.
I'm not entirely sure I sold my soul to him, but he does at least know everything about me.
You didn't have to. You don't have to sign that thing.
I didn't sign that thing, no. Brilliant.
I have made a mistake.
So hopefully, was it Mark? Was it Mark?
Yes.
Hopefully, Mark, we've answered, or well, actually rambled about
not me.
That for you. Hopefully, it was of some help. Probably not. You'll probably just go off and do something else. But
you might really appreciate the answer. And you've just pooped all over it.
I tend to poop all over the things I do generally. Why does my keyboard keep appearing and then disappearing?
Is it doing it now?
It did, but now it's gone again.
It's gone again. I wonder if it was for some reason when I was doing that with my screen. I don't know. Weird.
Anyway, so that's that. I think that was about it.
Yeah, that was the only. It's been quite close to the other one, hasn't it? Really. So we don't have too much to talk about. I was going to fill a bit of time with a little movie review.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
What have you been watching? Is it suitable?
Well, I'm not gonna. What do you mean?
Well, you in movies?
Not like that. Oh dear. I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. I've added that bit. That's not the title. It's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But
is that the third
there's already
one?
Something.
Isn't
Pardon?
Well, there's the original that was from way back.
Yeah.
Didn't they do
there's 9 others, man, or something like that.
Rob Zombie. Is he Rob Zombie?
He gets involved in all of them. Yeah, he ruins them all by just making them utter. It's just horrendous when he gets involved. It's just anyway. Let's not go into that.
Hi, Rob. I'm sure he's watching.
Well, there's going to be spoilers, by the way. I'm going to try and briefly say the story because it's horrendous.
Can I have a guess? Having never seen it or any of them.
Yep.
Man with chainsaw massacres people.
That would do.
There you go.
End of podcast. But basically, it's one of them that it's so bad you have to carry on watching it.
Oh, is it so bad it's good?
Yes.
Or is it that?
Yeah, it is. It's so horrendous you have to watch it.
But is it okay? So is it horrendous on purpose?
I don't think so.
Like, is it self-aware? Oh,
no.
See, those are the best. So it's not a Cabin in the Woods, which is a fantastic film.
No,
but clearly knows what it's going for. No, it's a fantastic film.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I not to digress too much, but the first time I saw the twist in that, it was great. You know.
Yes, I know. With the thing and the
just in case someone's not watched it yet, we'll leave that out.
Spoiler for a film that's quite old now.
Quite old, but I'm going to spoil this one that came out like 2 days ago.
Well, this is how old that film is. Chris Helmsworth's in it, and he's not a god. He's
definitely not a god.
He's a teenage lad or whatever it is. See, VR, perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, brilliant. Hello, Chris, if you're watching.
But
it's good
what it does do, in a way, it hates Generation Z or Z.
Doesn't everybody?
But I was going to say, I don't know what your viewpoint is on that, but I'm not really that up on them. As in, I'm not asked that it hates them.
Whatever.
Quite like it. But there's no real story. You kind of summed it up. What it's trying to do.
What happened to man then?
What it's trying to do is, it discounts all those other sequels. They don't exist. So it classes itself as the sequel to the original.
So everybody's alive?
No. Oh. No, the first film exists, but then all the others don't. As far as it's
so it's kind of like the latest Ghostbusters.
I haven't seen that, so I'll take your word for it. But it's
it's as if only the first film existed.
Yeah,
and it kind of ignores 2, and it definitely ignores the one with the women in it.
Well, apparently, Scream have coined a term for it because you know what Scream films are like. They like doing that. They call it a requel, so it's like a reboot that's a sequel.
Oh, God.
Look, I don't condone that name. I'm just telling you.
Anyway.
So anyway, it tries to do what the Halloween reboot did right. So that did the same thing. It just carried all the other films and said it was like Halloween 2, but it did a really good job because it was the same tone, same. So it flowed like that. This is a completely different tone. The other one, it was like low gore, more about what's happening, and you makes you think about what's happening off screen and things like that.
That sort of.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily see things. Whereas this one, it is an utter gore fest, absolute horrific. So it has to set up how he's out and about. So, and it's like 50 years later, and the basic story is that. Go on.
This super old man with a chainsaw.
Well, I don't. That's what I don't understand. Like his mum's super old because it starts with him in a police truck in the back of one with his mum, who's been evicted from her house. So this is the loop storyline. These kids, Gen Z, have acquired a deed to that house, claiming that she never had one, so she has to get out. Why you would kick Leatherface and his mum out of the house, I'm not entirely sure, but it's gonna go well, isn't it? So
hello, Mr. Leatherface.
Yeah, we like you. Yep. We think you did a good thing. she starts to die, and he tries to save her.
Starts to die.
Well, she starts to choke. She's on an oxygen tank. She starts to choke, and he's trying to save her. But then, for some reason, the cop reaches out, grabs his hand to stop him, and the first bit of gore is immediately introduced. He snaps his arm halfway back, shatters his bone out that way, turns his arm round, shoves it into his neck. And you're just like, okay, that's in your face straight away.
Wow.
And it just goes up and up from there. That's how he gets out. But then there's a ridiculous scene. He gets out, cuts his own mum's face off because he's got no mask at this point. He's not got his Leatherface mask.
So all right, so he needs a mask. So if that's the only place you can get a mask from.
Yeah, and that bit's not the bit I'm on about. So he does that, but then it just cuts to a shot of a field. There's no one in it, and then he just pops up with the mask on, and this music just goes, brrr, and it's like there's nobody there. Why has this happened?
There's a load of cows go.
It was ridiculous.
Wow.
And then the main characters go to the house because they've left their deed at home.
That was silly.
Mm-hmm. So they go to see if they actually had one, find out that they did, so they've evicted him on false pretenses. Then he turns up, Leatherface, kills one lad, slashes him in the face with his chainsaw right across the mouth, gives him a new mouth. And then from there, it just the best scene is arguably the worst scene, where he gets on a bus full of Gen Zs who all do the trope of they all get their phones out, because that's what they do in films now, don't they? Oh, I'm going to stream you. So TikTok or whatever.
Yeah, we can't really say a lot about that.
Shut up. They do that, and he just starts absolutely murdering. He's got a bus full to go at, and so it's just utter gore. And then from there, we get reintroduced to Sally from the original, who's now old, but looks hard as nails. She's not hard as nails. So with him, shoots him once, chainsaw in the gut, up to her throat. Didn't last very long, did it, Sally?
I really don't think it matters whether it was just there or all the way up. If it's a chainsaw, you're going to be in trouble.
You think that, but so you presume she's dead, having just been sawn right up here. She ends up then shooting at him later.
Obviously,
she's not dead. And saves the two girls who are left. There's only two girls left now at this point. And one of them ends up chainsawing him in the face, but you don't see his face go like Stranger Things. Demigorgon protrude outwards face. None of that. He just falls backwards into a tank of water, and you're like, yeah, well, he's not dead, is he? Because it's horror filming. So
he's got to have his moment. Jump up.
Well, they're getting a Tesla, so Musk got some money for that. Yeah, they're getting a Tesla, set on autopilot, and he drags one of them out of the window, and then the other one pops up out of the sunroof, screaming, "No, my friend!"
Yep. Yeah, I can see like what's going to happen.
And then he's got her. This is her head here.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Chainsaw.
Oh man,
Decapitation.
And that's gone all over the white interior of the Tesla.
Oh no, he pulled her out of the Tesla. So the one in the Tesla's out of the sunroof watching, going, I'm a friend, I'm on autopilot, I can't do anything, oh my god. And yeah, he cuts her head off, and she's just driving off into the sunset in a Tesla. And then he does this weird thing. He's got his chainsaw and he sort of like does a little ballet pirouette, spins around and goes at the camera, and it goes off.
Wow.
So I have, by sitting through that, I have just saved you 74 minutes of your life.
Well, you say that, but I've had to listen to you ramble on what feels like for 74 minutes to talking about it.
Dave's film corner's not happening again then, is it?
No. I saw something this week that I thought was quite good.
Shut up!
No, not a film. New Apple TV show. Severance.
Oh, Severance! Yeah,
I've seen the first episode.
About this.
It's directed by Ben Stiller.
I know,
yeah. And it's great. That's it. I'm not going to ramble on like he did. It's just very good. It's the right amount of creepy and disturbing. It's filmed really well. I cannot wait to watch more.
But what type of show is it? Is it a thriller?
It's a thriller. Oh, that's what it's down as on Apple TV. Right. But yeah, the premise of the show is he works in this building, obviously, as most people tend to. Well, unless you're working at home, which I guess a lot of us do now. But he works for a company that offer you a procedure called severance, which basically cuts your personality. So your working life, everything in your work life, you only remember when you're in work, and everything in your personal life, you only remember when you're outside of work.
That's not gonna work.
So basically, they walk to work, they'll come through the door or the lift or whatever it is, and then they don't remember anything. They're just in that work. So effectively, it's two different people because they've got two lots of memories. But there's clearly weird shenanigans going on at the business, and it's an evil corporation, like all the corporations.
I met her.
Yep. So, but
how long are the episodes?
And I think they're about an hour. But it's very good. It's the right amount of creepy and disturbing. I think it's going to get more creepy and disturbing. So,
does it seem like something that's going to be more than one season, or just? I mean, you've only seen one episode, so
I wouldn't think so, because I would think you would get to the what's happening, what's going on, and reveal, and it's probably not much of a thriller from that point on. But it's good. Enjoy. No. Nope. We're going to cut that right off.
What?
Nothing.
It was a thriller. That's all.
Yeah.
So your recommendation is Severance. My recommendation is Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Netflix.
Yep.
Both of our recommendation is buy Elden Ring, play it tomorrow. And
or whatever day it is, because it depends when you're watching this, I suppose.
Well, yeah.
You gotta
play it as soon as you can, then, Mr. Pedantic.
I'm not being pedantic. Anyway,
that's all we've got to talk about, man.
That's all we got.
Yeah,
that's it.
Short and sweet this time.
Yep. Certain people will probably be happy. I'm not entirely sure how long this has gone on, but I think slightly less
about 20 minutes.
Less longer than the last one.
Less longer. You heard it here.
Yep.
That's the word.
So, what have we got to do? We've got to thumbs up for liking.
Like it. Or dislike it.
Or dislike it.
Like it.
Subscribe. Hit the ding bell.
Hit the bell for notifications of when we can be bothered to do another one.
Please subscribe. Any comments, as long as they're not, "Ooh, sexy bot, get your sex bills here," because those come along a lot on YouTube comments.
Yeah, we delete them, but yeah, they do.
Unless you've got a really good deal on sex pills. And on that note, I think it should be. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you have been, we'll see you again. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye.